Hello. So here, problem number 2, we have to evaluate the input expression where we are given just on single digits and operators, and there are just two operators. There will be like either the multiply operator or add operator. So we have to evaluate such expression. So according to the precedence of the operators, we have to multiply and then the sum up all the numbers. And also it was told that the expression is in fixed form. It means that there will be operators will be just between digits. So it gives us some convenient. So here we have an examples how we are going to evaluate, how we're going to solve our problem. So in the first example, we're multiplying two numbers, then we'll have a add operator, then again we're multiplying two numbers. So here, according to precedence, we have to multiply 2 by 3. After that, we have to multiply 6 by 2, and just after that we have to sum up the results of the multiplication. So in the first example, it will be like 2 multiplied by 3 plus 6 multiplied by 2. It will be like 2 multiplied by 3 is 6 plus 6 multiplied by 2 12. So the result, the end result should be 18. So how are we gonna do this? First of all, we will have two stacks, one for digits and second for just operators. And in our first example, we will just push our digits into our digits stack. So 2, then we will push the multiply operator, then we will push number 3, and when we will see the plus operator, we will always pop all the numbers and operators and do calculation accordingly. So here when we see plus, we will just pop all the numbers from the digits like 3, then operator like multiply operator, and multiply 3 by 2, and the output result we will again push to the stack back, so like this, and this operator will be also popped out from the operators, and instead of that we'll push the plus operator. Then we will keep just going like pushing 6, pushing the multiply operator, and pushing 2, and when we will reach the end, we'll just evaluate all the given digits and operators, like popping each number from the digits, always two numbers from the digits like 2 and 6, and one operator, and the output result will always push back to the stack. So now in our stack there are 12 and 6 and plus operator, and again we will just evaluate, pop the digits and the operators from the stacks and make the appropriate calculation. So the output result will again push to the digits stack, and when we will reach the end, we will just return the number from our digit stack like 18. So for the second example, again we'll just keep pushing like 2, 3, multiply operator, 4, and when we see plus, we always evaluate the elements in our stacks, like 4 multiplied by 3, it is 12. So then 12 multiplied by 2, it's 24. And after we will evaluate all operators and digits, we will just push our plus operator, and after it's 3, we see there is another plus coming up, so we will again evaluate, like 3 plus 24, it will 25. We'll push our plus and see again we have number 2 coming up, so let me clear this and put it like this. So 25, 2, I will have a plus operator from here, then we'll have multiply operator, then again 2, again multiply operator, then 1. So when we reach end of our expression, we'll just evaluate all of them, like 1 multiplied by 2, it will be 2, then we will multiply 2 by 2, it will make it 4, and after that we'll just sum up 4 by 25, which make it 22 or 29, and we will push it back to our stack, and at the end we will just return the element from the digit stack. So our code will look like in the following manner. So we will return integer value, we'll call it just evaluate expression. I suppose the input will be always a string like as. So for our convenience we will just convert it to array of characters. I will call it chars. So we'll define 2 stacks, one each for digits, and second for operators. We'll run for loop through each character in the array using for loop. So if character in the array will be neither number or the operator, I mean if it will be like white space, we'll just continue. Then we will check if the character is digit or not. So for it we will use the is digit method of a char class. And if it's true, we'll just push the digit into our digit stack, but in order to push it we will need to convert it to the, since it's right now data type is a character, we need to convert it to the integer, so we'll use parsing method of integer. But in order to convert it to integer, we also need to convert our character to string. And if our character will be plus sign, we will just check if there is any elements in our digit stack and if there is any elements in our operator stack. So we just always will need to make sure if there is any elements to be evaluated before putting our plus sign into the operator stack. So we will do that in a following manner, like we will use while loop. We will check if our operators stack is not empty, so count is greater than 0. If it is, we will always we'll push to our digit stack the value of evaluated of the output result. For it we will use our helper function, which I will show you just in a minute. It is called calculation, and as an input it used just removed elements from the digit stack to remove elements from the digits stack, and one removed element from the operators stack. And the calculations result is always pushed back to our digits. And calculation result is our helper function, and it's basically looks in this following manner. It's just passing two integer and one operator, and when it sees that the operator sign is a plus sign, is just return the result of sum of two integers. If it sees that the operator sign is it has to multiply it, it just returns the multiplication result. Otherwise it just returns 0. So here we're just popping from digits stack two integers and one element from the operator stack, and just evaluating and pushed back to the digits stack. So, and after that we always push our plus sign to our operators stack. But if it's if it's multiplication sign, our code just push the character to the operator stack. So after our for loop, after we reach the end of our expression, we'll just evaluate the elements in the both stacks, just like we'll run our for loop until we will reach the end of the operators stack. So we'll always push the result of our calculations back to our digits stack, and for calculation we will always use our helper calculation function. After we will use our all operators from the operator stack, we'll just return one element from our digits stack, which will be our final result.